I'm out here in Wisconsin today doing some preseason scouting. I've hunted this place before. Actually, I hunted last year and had a deer get up out of his bed, a little small buck. And somehow I managed to get in the tree without him hearing me, and he was only bedded like 45 yards away or so. But it's been dry this summer, and I want to get in here and check out this water feature. It's just a small little area here with some oaks and some smaller trees and just thicker cover, and they like to use it for bedding. And because it's been dry, I wanted to see not only how much water's in the little pond there, but just check for some of these areas I think the deer are going to bed, and kind of pinpoint those spots so that when I do come here to hunt, I'll have a better idea where they might be, so I can plan my route and which tree I want to hunt out of. There's another little pond on the other side of the property I've hunted in the past. I've hunted it from the ground with my recurve. There's no trees around it. I'm interested to see if there's any water in it, because it usually doesn't hold much, and as dry as it's been, it's probably bone dry right now. And then there's a third pond I haven't been to in years, and there's some cover around it, and it's been years, like I said, since I've been there, and the cover has grown up quite a bit, so there may be some deer using it. Last time I went there was not much sign of deer. So anyway, the 3 spots I'm gonna check and walk in here and see what I can round up. Got some doves in the tree here. Tons of doves come to this water hole last year. Thinking about dove hunting with my recurve right here. There's a spot over this way that a deer usually beds. You see that tree with the brush around the bottom of it? About 100 yards out. They like to bed right on the left side of that. I've seen deer bed there multiple times. So I wanted to give you guys a better look at this water hole here. Last year I was hunting from up there in that tree there, and I had that deer get up out of his bed over here, but also had a deer come down here and kind of thrash his antlers on the cattails. And if you look right here, you see a little patch of nice green grass. I'm sure the deer eating on it. I can see a cattail that's been disturbed. Deer will eat cattails. They like to get to the bottom where there's the tender part of the cattail. And you see all this arrowhead plant too. Deer love it. And you see right down here, the tops have been nipped off from those arrowhead plants there. So I'm assuming deer have been coming in here, and the water's kind of dirty right here, like maybe a deer's been walking in here maybe earlier today. And there's a tree right here. It wouldn't be a bad tree to get into to hunt this spot. I got this big one in the way. It's going to offer some issues with my shots getting clearance, but if they come up on this side here, I'd be able to shoot them easily. It'd be about a 15-yard shot. The base of this big tree wouldn't be a bad spot to sit. Yeah, I could get right here. Deer walk out there in front of me. Just come up with my bow. Grass is short right here on this side, and they would probably come out here about 10 or 15 yards in front of me. I'd probably hear them walking through the grass too. Wouldn't be a bad spot. There he went. He's right on the back side of this tree. Well, he held tight. It's not like he got up over here somewhere. Well, I've looked all over in here. I was right on the other side of this other brush pile when he jumped up, and he jumped up over here somewhere. And the only place I found it even remotely looks like a deer's been laying is right here. I can see that leaf on that plant's been disturbed, but otherwise, I mean, it doesn't look like this has been pressed down very much. Maybe the deer moved from another spot and laid here recently. I mean, I saw the deer. I heard it get up from this spot, so obviously it was a deer bedded here somewhere. I didn't get a good look at it when I ran out behind the brush there. I could see it bounding. I saw the tail. I put my camera in that direction. I don't know if it even caught any footage of it. Don't know if it's a buck or doe. I'm assuming it was a buck. sounded pretty heavy, and that's usually what I see bedded here is bucks. Although it's usually small bucks, 6-pointers or something like that. Nothing huge like a 150. Here's the other water hole. You can see the cattails out there. Got this brush here that's gotten a lot taller since the last time I was here, and then those trees right there have gotten a lot taller. Cover overall has gotten thicker. I don't know if you can see this little faint trail going right down in there. I'm gonna walk down in there and then walk the perimeter and maybe up into those bushes there. Just see what kind of sign I see. That trail goes right up into that hole right there. Looks like a bed right here. I'm gonna go take a closer look. Then the trail goes that way. Looks like there might be a bed over there. I have to get closer and verify it. Yeah, that deer been laying down here. Looks like a couple deer hairs. One right there. Yep, that's deer hair. Pretty short. Of course, they got their summer coats now. Here's a good deer track. Goes from the tip of my index finger to the tip of my thumb. Not a huge deer, but an adult deer, probably a doe or a small buck. Here's another trail that comes through here. Goes that way. The other bed that was over there had a trail going out the back door. So I'm gonna walk over here and walk the edge of the pond. Just look for tracks and deer sign because I'm near the end of this little group of trees. I can see some faint deer tracks impressions here. Right there. Couple more. Not seeing any feeding activity. I'll keep looking. I'm sure they're in here nipping up some of this grass. There's a good little deer trail here. Pretty good activity though. The trail's being used pretty often. Looks like the deer are just coming here and getting some water and either going back the way they came or just going across here. Kind of disperses here, the trail does. It's not really well defined. This would be a good ambush spot though. I could tuck up in them cattails there. Deer come out of the bed or come just out of that stuff because they do bed up there on the hill in that thicker cover and just come down through here and shoot them as they get out in front of me. I could access from that direction and just maybe make a path to the cattails. Maybe I'll make one right now so I'll have that to use if I decide to hunt here. Yeah, I should be able to hear and see the deer coming through little gaps, little small gaps in the cattails, and get right there and it's over. The way I make my access trail is just to walk sideways and tromp all those cattails down. Obviously I'm going to be real quiet when I'm creeping in here. Just have to be real quiet and slow like this. Yeah, that'll be okay. Alrighty. We'll finish making this trail and get out of here. This is I feared bone dry. Liquor water in it. Some clover in it. Some deer tracks. Not many. That's where I normally sit up there. Oh well. Back to the truck. No chance of hunting this spot this year. Bone dry. Well, I'm gonna continue watching this field in the distance until dark, and if I see any deer, I'll let you guys see it as well. But it's gonna wrap up my scouting today, and I think the next video will be me in Nebraska. So I'm anxious to get out there and get started on my season.